we? Alisin mo yung pangalan mo, alisin mo yung pinanghahawakan mo sa buhay, alisin mo yung mga pinagmamalaki mo sa buhay. Sino ka? Oh. 3 points for reflection. Number 1, we are called to know God and allow ourselves to be known by God. Second, we are called to know our beloved. Do we really know them? Do they really know us? And finally, know thyself. First, know God. Peter asks, our Lord Jesus asked Peter, who do people say that I am? Nagsasurvey si Jesus. Ba? But the second deeper question is, who am I to you? Well, the human Jesus asks because he wants to know himself more deeply. Mas gusto niyang kilalanin. Kasi hindi natin lubusang makikilala ang ating sarili. May mga times na may marami tayong hindi alam na alam ng ibang tao. The human Jesus wants to know more about himself. But the divine Jesus wants us to know. Bakit nga ba nagtatanong si Jesus? Sino ako para sa iyo? God asks us questions not because he does not know the answer. God asks us questions because he wants us to know. Nagtatanong ang Diyos hindi dahil hindi niya alam ang sagot. Nagtatanong ang Diyos sapagkat gusto niyang malaman natin ang katotohanan tungkol sa Kanya at tungkol sa ating sarili. Knowledge about God is different from knowing God. Knowledge about God and knowing God. Iba yung kilala ko ang Diyos. Iba yung may alam ako tungkol sa Diyos. Sabi sa ating second reading, the wisdom of God, the power of God, it's inscrutable. It is always more than what we can know. Sabi nga ni St. Paul the Apostle, even the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom and intelligence. More than knowing the Lord, it is actually we are known by the Lord. More than seeking the Lord, it is actually we are sought by the Lord. More than serving the Lord, it is actually we are served by the Lord. More than loving the Lord, it is actually we are loved by the Lord. Do we allow ourselves to be known by the Lord? O meron yung pagkakataon na, Lord, hanggang dito ka lang. Meron tayong barriers. Hindi pa ako handa. Know God. Second, know your beloved. Do you really know your parents? Sino mga parents dito? Yan. Children. Do you really know your beloved? Naalala ko yung sabi ng parent, Father, alam mo, I'm jealous. Sabi ng mother, you know what, Father, I'm jealous with a boyfriend of my daughter. Bakit clingy siya pagdating sa kanya, samantalang sa akin? I'm also jealous with our pet. Parang mas kilala pa nung daughter ko yung pet kesa sa akin. There's this American Christian pastor. I think he's a pastor. At the same time, a point person in adult education, and his name is Gary Chapman. During the 1990s, he wrote a book about the 5 love languages. Bawat tao daw ay merong kanya-kanyang love language. And it changes over time kasi nag-iiba ang tao, nagbabago ang tao, priorities, needs, wants. Do you really know the love language of your beloved? Sabi ni Gary Chapman, 5 love language. Number 1, words of appreciation. Yan. Words of appreciation. I think in the age of social media right now, diba? It's easy to just send a message. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. I appreciate you. Love needs to be expressed. That's the first. Second, time. Quality time. Time is the ultimate currency in any relationship. It's not just, having time, but making time. Diba? Kung minsan, nagre-regret tayo, di ba? I wish I had time. perhaps it should be, I'm glad I did have time. Ang oras, panahon, that is the best gift that we could give a beloved because it is something that we cannot take back. Diba? Ang material things, pwedeng kayong magkasulian. Third language of love, gifts. Are you a giver or are you a receiver? You know, a true lover knows how to give, knows how to receive, because true love is to be given, is to be received, and it is to be reciprocated. It's a two-way street. Yan ang tunay na pagmamahal. No, sabi ng isang parent, Father, binigay ko na nga ang lahat dun sa aking daughter. No, bakit ganun pa rin yung kanyang behavior? No, perhaps hindi yung binibigay natin ang lahat sa minamahal. Ang tanong doon, tanggap ba natin sila sa kung sino sila? No, hindi lang yung bigay, kundi pagtanggap. Language of gifts. Fourth, actions, acts of service. You know, I have this good friend of mine, you know, banker. Banker in the morning, babysitter in the evening. Kasi ang kanyang wife is a doctor, you know, nasa emergency, you know, paggabi. You know, another good friend of mine, meron silang prayer meeting, you know, consistent every day. Every day, different time zones. Diba? Yan ang tunay na pagmamahal at pag-ibig. Service. And finally, language of touch. Sabi nga natin, touch, it is the first language, it is the last language, and it is the ultimate language. Ang ating pananampalataya, faith, is a touchy faith, is a tactile faith. Kaya nga na-miss natin ang feast, di ba? You know, during the pandemic, na-miss nyo ba ang feast? Ayan, yung ating face-to-face personal encounter that it could not really, ayan, no? Cute na. Could not really replace, you know, yung online encounter cannot really replace the face-to-face personal encounter. And finally, we are called to know ourselves. Know ourselves. Know our strengths, our weaknesses. You know? If we do not see the image of God in ourselves, it's difficult for us to see the image of God in other people. Kapag mahihirapan tayong makita ang Diyos sa ating sarili, sigurado, mahihirapan tayong makita ang Diyos sa ibang tao sa ating kapaligiran. A healthy self-knowledge, that's the fruit and foundation of any healthy relationship. Oh. Yeah, sabi niya, time out na daw, Father. So, my dear friends, three things. Know God, know the beloved, and know thyself. I like so much the prayer of Saint Augustine. He said that, Lord, help me know you more deeply, so that in knowing you more deeply, I would know myself. Lord, help